international non-governmental organization, the World Union of Kazakh Ataman, followed by NGOs Institute. Please be near to the podium so we save time. I welcome the representative of the NGO. You have 7 minutes for introduction and interactive session. You may press the button and start now. Go ahead.
Distinguished representatives, chairman, NGO members, on behalf of the World Union of Cossack Atamans, I congratulate you on the new year as well as Christmas. Wish you health and flourishing to all our countries, happiness to your families, and success for the organizations that you represent. To respond to the question posed to us, I would like to say the following. For more than 10 years, our organization has been representing the interests of ethnic minorities, both nationally and internationally, and we have made it known to international organizations upon their request, as well as UN agencies and bodies and the OSCE. So we have been informing them about compliance with the UN Charter in our region. Many invitations for us to speak were received by us in the context of the World Assembly of Peoples of the Kazakhstan, which is under the auspices of the President of Kazakhstan. And many of those came to us directly from international organizations, because we have never received any financial assistance or directives from state bodies as to how to participate in those events. We continue and have been an objective source of information for all interested parties. One invitation was received from the High Commissioner for Ethnic Minorities for OSCE, and that was to a working breakfast where the ambassador asked us about the status of Russian and Cossack minorities in Kazakhstan, the role and status of the Russian language, as well as the representation of ethnic minorities in the government and state bodies. And we saw that the ambassador was very well aware of the situation in the region, but he was very interested in hearing our view as well. We also repeatedly met with Sabina Machel, which is the Deputy High Commissioner for Ethnic Minorities and representative of UN Women, to discuss ethnic minorities, as well as Dmitry Melishkevich, political advisor of the OSCE and representative of the Human Rights Commissioner. From the UN Regional Office, members were also invited to participate in a regional conference on advancing the rights of ethnic minorities in Central Asia and effective participation in public life. And once again, our contribution was providing information on the situation and the prospects of various ethnicities in the political and social life of Central Asian countries. We were reached out to by the Office of Human Rights and Democratic Institutions during the presidential campaign in Kazakhstan, and during a working lunch in northern Kazakhstan, we shared our expectations and vision of problems. The demands we made on candidates were all those that the High Commissioner of Human Rights representatives of the OSCE were interested in. Allow me once again to emphasize that organization is requesting status with the UN since 2017. This status gives NGOs a voice that can be heard by the world community as well as our bureaucracies, which we don't always manage to have calm and productive relationships with. And this would give an NGO to truly change the world for the better. Details about our activities are provided on our website. Thank you for your attention. I stand ready to answer any questions.
I thank the representative of the NGO. I give the floor to the distinguished representative of the Russian Federation. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We also thank the NGO for the very detailed response to our question. At the same time, we would like to clarify, well, as a rule, such contacts of representatives of international organizations are carried out in the context of certain kinds of research, or, for example, if it's, say, the Universal Periodic Review, then, or say the consideration of reports in treaty-based bodies, then NGOs are reached out to further input. But in your case, what projects, or as part of what projects of those international organizations was that information asked for? Were you informed of this? It seems, well, just asking you for information about what's going on without having explained what that information was for and what they were planning to do with it would be odd. So we would like some clarifications. Well,
I thank the Russian Federation. We are close to the end of the time that given to us. You have less than a minute to respond to the question.
Хорошо.
very well. I'll respond to the question. It would be quite awkward for me to ask such questions to such a esteemed organization as the UN or the OSCE. When officials come, they introduce themselves, they in advance outline what they wish to speak with us, and then we have a free conversation without any bureaucratic tangles.
Thank you for that answer. I give the floor to the distinguished representative of the Russian Federation. Any further question will absolutely demand the written answer because we exhausted the time allocated to us. The Russian Federation, you have the floor.
Благодарю за...
Thank you for the very detailed answer. We have another question. In the response from May 23rd, 2019, you provided us with financial statements, and we noticed that there's a very large discrepancy in terms of the sums, in terms of the income amounts in your application. And during the Q&A, you said that your organization collects membership dues. So what we'd like to understand is, why is there such a discrepancy? Because normally that difference could be caused by either other sources of income or a sharp decrease in the number of members in your organization. So we'd ask you to clarify that, please.
I thank the Russian Federation. I would like to thank the representative of the NGO once again for being with us here this afternoon, and the question just raised by the Russian Federation will be communicated to your